Hello and welcome to this Fears and Phobias Hypnotherapy session to feel calmer around bees and wasps. This session is designed to help your unconscious mind update an old response so that you can respond to bees and wasps with a steadiness, awareness, and calm distance. Sometimes the mind learns a reaction very quickly. A sudden buzz in the ear, a surprising movement, a childhood memory, or simply hearing other people speak fearfully can teach the nervous system to sound an alarm too loudly and too quickly. A bee or wasp can, in the imagination, become much bigger than it really is. The mind can magnify the sound, the movement, and the possibility of being stung, until the body reacts as if the danger is already happening. You don't need to love bees or wasps. You don't need to invite them close. You can simply become the kind of person who notices them, remains composed, and chooses to move on with a quiet mind and a steady body. In this session, you can begin to separate the creature from the fear. You can allow your unconscious mind to learn that calm attention is more useful than panic, and that relaxed distance is more effective than frantic movement. So as you prepare to relax, you might begin to wonder how good it will feel to move through gardens, parks, and summer days with more ease, more freedom, and more trust in yourself. And now you can begin to settle somewhere where you can become comfortable and remain undisturbed for a while. And just make yourself comfortable and begin to relax. Take in a nice, slow, deep breath. Hold it for a moment and let it out slowly, closing your eyes as you do. And now take another deep breath in. And this time as you breathe out, just bring your attention to the tiny muscles around the eyelids. Just allowing them to relax and soften, letting those eyelids relax so completely that they just don't want to work. You can soften them, loosen them, smooth them out, allowing any effort to drain away from those small muscles. And when you're sure that they're so relaxed that they won't work, you can gently test them, just enough to notice that when you keep the relaxation there, they remain comfortably closed. You can stop testing and just go deeper. And now you can take that relaxation from the eyelids and allow it to flow down through your cheeks, your jaw, down the back of the neck and across the shoulders, down into the arms. Let it flow through the chest and the stomach, into the hips, down through the thighs and over the knees, all the way down into the feet, into the tips of the toes. And with every breath, you can double that physical relaxation, allowing every muscle, every fiber to soften, to ease and to let go. And in a moment, you can relax your mind as well. I'll count slowly from 1 upwards. And after each number, just allow your mind to become twice as relaxed. You can imagine the numbers fading, drifting and dissolving until they seem less important, less clear, less necessary. 1, softer. 2, slower. 3, doubling that mental relaxation. 4, your thoughts fading into the background. And 5, the numbers drifting away to nothing. And whether they disappear completely or simply become unimportant, you can let the effort of thinking fade for now. And in a moment, I'll count down from 5 to 1. And with each number, your relaxation can double again. 5, deeper in the body. 4, deeper in the mind. 3, the calm spreading through every nerve, every muscle, every fiber. 2, drifting into a quiet inner focus. And 1, deeply relaxed, settled, receptive and safe. Every sound, every breath, every pause between my words takes you deeper. And as you rest here, listening to my voice, allowing yourself to float gently, just imagine yourself standing at the top of a wide, gentle pathway. This path leads through beautiful countryside, not too wild, not too crowded, just open enough for comfort and peaceful enough for rest. The air is clear, the ground beneath you is steady. And with each slow step along that path, you go deeper into comfort. You may notice sunlight resting softly on leaves, or the scent of grass, or perhaps the sound of water in the distance. And as you walk, you become aware that this is a place where your mind learns easily. 10 steps takes you deeper. 10, stepping away from all tension. 9, the body loose and quiet. 8, the mind open and calm. 7, your shoulders releasing. 6, your breathing smooth and easy. 5, halfway down into a deeper peace. 4, safer in your own inner world. 3, learning without effort. 2. Calm, becoming natural. And 1. Deeper now. Ahead of you is a calm garden with a clear glass room at its center. This room is warm, quiet, and completely comfortable. You step inside and notice that from here you can look at nature while remaining perfectly safe. Inside this glass room, there's a comfortable chair. And as you sit down, the chair seems to support every part of you. Your hands rest easily, your jaw loosens, your breathing settles. Outside, far away in the garden, flowers move gently in the breeze. A bee passes from one flower to another in the distance. It's small, it's ordinary, it's simply part of nature doing what nature does best. And you're here, calm behind clear glass, observing from a peaceful distance. Your unconscious mind can learn from this distance. It can learn that seeing is not danger, remembering is not danger, imagining is not danger. And every time you notice calm while imagining what used to trouble you, the old fear pathway becomes weaker and a new calm pathway becomes stronger. Now, as you remain deeply relaxed in that comfortable glass room, you can allow your unconscious mind to begin sorting old responses from new choices. Once, long ago, perhaps a part of your mind decided that bees and wasps required a sudden fear. That part of you was trying to help, trying to protect. And because protection matters, the unconscious mind can now choose a better kind of protection, one that's calmer, steadier, and more sensible. The panicked mind makes things seem closer, louder, more threatening. And the calm mind lets things be as they really are. And now deep inside you can begin to separate bees and wasps from the old feeling. A bee is a bee, a wasp is a wasp, and you are you. Stronger, larger, calmer, and able to choose. You may notice outside the classroom, far across the garden, a bee drifting from flower to flower. It's busy with flowers, not with you. It's following its own small purpose, just as you are following yours. And as you watch from this comfortable place, your breathing remains steady. Now allow that image to fade and imagine a peaceful blue sky, just sky, open, wide and calm, and your body becomes even calmer. And that feels good. And now return to the garden scene. This time the bee is still far away, and you feel even calmer than before. And perhaps you notice how small it is compared with the garden with the trees, how small it is compared with you. And your unconscious mind learns it can notice and remain calm. And again, let the image fade into blue sky. And now return to the garden. And perhaps now you notice a wasp in the distance, moving near a fallen piece of fruit far away. It's not a monster, it's not a disaster. It's simply a small creature way off in the distance. And you remain still, relaxed and clear. Your body learns this now. Stillness in strength, calm in control, and distance is easy. And you can repeat those ideas deep inside. Stillness is strength, calm is control, and distance is easy. And you may begin to discover that the old reaction was never really proof of danger. It was only proof that an alarm had learned to ring too loudly. And you can simply reset it. Imagine now a small control panel in the quiet center of your mind. On that panel is a dial labeled B and Wasp response. And perhaps in the past that dial was set far too high. And now with the wisdom of your unconscious mind, you can turn that dial down to a useful level. Not off, not careless, just appropriate calm awareness. Steadier breathing, a clearer choice. Turn it down now. And as that dial settles into its proper setting, you can feel something changing in the body. The stomach softens, the chest opens, the hand loosens, and the face becomes calm. And just imagine yourself in the future, perhaps outdoors on a warm day. You're sitting comfortably or enjoying a picnic, perhaps standing near flowers. Somewhere nearby you hear a buzz. And in the past, your body might have jumped, but now something different happens. You pause, you breathe, you stay steady. And because you're steady, you calmly create space. You can turn away slowly if turning is useful, and you can remain still if stillness feels right. And all of that happens naturally, because calm attention gives you better choices. You're not trapped by fear, but guided by calm. Now see that future you from the outside, as if watching a scene on a screen. Notice how you stand, the relaxed shoulders, the calm face, the ease of a person who has an updated pattern. And as you watch that future you, your unconscious mind can model that calm. It can copy the breathing, the steadiness, and the confidence. Now gently drift into that future you, seeing through your own eyes, hearing through your own ears, feeling that calm from the inside. Perhaps there are flowers nearby, sunlight, the small sound of an insect somewhere nearby, and you remain composed. The bee passes at a reasonable distance and your mind says, "It's just a bee." A wasp moves somewhere else and your mind says, "It's just a wasp." And you remain yourself, strong, still, calm and free. And from this moment forward, your mind can respond to bees and wasps proportionately. You can respect nature without fearing it. You can be aware without being alarmed. You can remember this session and remain calm. And if an old flicker of fear ever appears, it becomes a signal to breathe, to soften and steady yourself. And your unconscious mind knows how to generalize this learning. Gardens, parks, outdoor meals and country walks. Ordinary moments become easier. You don't have to force it, you simply notice over time that you respond differently. And that difference feels so good. It feels like freedom. The quiet pleasure of discovering that what used to control you has become smaller, weaker, less important, while your calm has become larger, stronger, and more natural. And now, having made these changes deeply and well, you can allow the garden scene to begin fading gently into the background, while all the useful learnings remain. The glass room, the peaceful chair, the flowers, the blue sky, and the calm future self. All of it can settle into the deeper mind as a new pattern of behavior. And you can bring that pattern back with you into ordinary waking awareness. And now it's time to bring this session to a close. In a moment, I'll count from 1 to 5. And with each number, you can return more fully, bringing back calm, clarity, and confidence. And you can awaken refreshed, steady, and comfortable. 1. Beginning to return now, gently and easily. 2. Feeling the energy coming back into the body, as if every muscle has rested deeply and well. 3. Becoming aware of the surface beneath you, the room around you, the natural rhythm of your breathing. 4. Bringing back a calm mind and a steady body, knowing that the unconscious mind continues to make these changes in the background. And 5. Eyes open when you're ready, wide awake, refreshed, grounded, and feeling ever so good. Take a moment to notice yourself here now, more present, more settled, and more in charge of your own responses. And from now on, whenever you notice a bee or wasp, or even hear a buzzing sound, a calm part of your mind says quietly, "Steady now." And on those words, your breathing can become smoother, your shoulders can soften, and your mind can choose the most sensible response with ease. You may find yourself naturally creating comfortable space, moving calmly, or simply remaining still, whichever is best in that moment. And each time this happens, the calm response grows stronger, And each time you remain steady, your unconscious mind learns again that you can handle this. And because you can handle this, you can enjoy life more. More of the outdoors, more of your own freedom with a steady and capable mind. Thank you for joining me on this session today. And you can return to it whenever you want to deepen the calm, reinforce the learning, and enjoy the freedom of feeling more at ease. Thank you for taking this time for yourself today. And until next time, goodbye and good mental health.